Hey there, Carrie did a silly and recorded the video wrong, meaning Alberta never gets shown on camera. Carrie will do their best to make up for it.
Anything we want to do for the cold open? Whilst we're here?
Oh, that's a good point. What, do you have an idea?
No, this is the cold open. This is why.
I see.
This is we can completely cut this if it turns out it's not entertaining, but also
So far, it's just that it's not anything.
It's yet to form.
But the joke is the question. But it was a joke, though. So it was something. We could do that. We could We could just do. Anyone want to have any idea what we do for the cold open? And then a beat of silence, and then we cut there, and then we jump into things.
could do that.
Open.
Or we could use only this and then go. And welcome to Hidden Realms. I am your DM for this evening, Carrie Morrison, and I'm joined by some gorgeous people. Say hello, gorgeous people.
Hello, gorgeous people.
Yes, this is the Pokémpaign. This is our third session.
Yay.
We seem to like doing this enough that we just gonna keep on doing it. I'm Carrie. My pronouns are they them, and I'm gonna go around my computer screen to everyone say their name, pronouns, your character and their pronouns, and then a fun fact about yourself. Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing Gabby the Gible, whose pronouns are she, her. And a fun fact about me is that I went shopping for trousers today in something that I called Operation Surgical Trouser Strike.
That is fun.
I think that's greater to have that with no context. Kieran!
Hi, my name is Kieran. I use the pronouns he, him. I am playing Blue the Totodile, who uses he, him. A fun fact. I am the only person in my family who is not crazy about Harry Potter.
You have a Hufflepuff scarf.
It's not mine.
For clarification, folks, I know this not because I'm a stalker, but because on our streams, because on our streams, I see Kieran's background and I saw a Hufflepuff scarf. I was like,
we hang out enough that we can say that we know.
We just know
about each other.
We know. I always thought, no, now I'm just curious. Because when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean,
Kieran being
I am sat in a room with a bookshelf opposite me with 30 Harry Potter books. I have no interest to pick up a single one.
And that is, understandable. Have a nice day.
Especially in light of...
Yeah! Trans rights. Alberta!
Hi. I'm Alberta. My pronouns are she, her, as are the pronouns of the character I'm playing today. I can't speak. My fun fact. Petilil. And we can just scrap this and start my thing over again. I'll just ask you for more edit. No, it's all right.
Oh, we could not. No, I'm kidding. Or I can be a little shit.
Really well when we get going.
Yeah.
This is the stuttery start that leads to a great.
I haven't had tea in many hours. That's my fun fact. Haven't had tea in many hours. Drinking some now. See how my progress goes.
And we will progress to last but definitely not least, and hasn't been introduced in this Pokémpaign yet, we have Daisy!
My little Mimikyu.
Oh my god!
Couldn't tell who I was playing already. So my name's Daisy, pronouns she, her, playing an unnamed Mimikyu, pronouns he, him. Fun fact about myself, I used to write circular Gallifreyan.
Ooh.
I did not know that. That's so cool.
Whoa.
I used to use those generators on Facebook that did that, and I just made it say the weirdest things, being like, I liked beans on toast. And then I just like, oh cool, there's that in Gallifreyan. Well, shall we jump into it? Shall we jump into it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened last time, my dudes, is that Blue, Gabby, and Donna were out fetching berries. They bumped into a Zarude and her two babies, and Gabby didn't realize that she was actually being a thief, eating their berries, and knocked out the Zarude, again not knowing that they are so morally in the wrong here. And they progress into Klasana village, the nearby town, to Fermandale Forest, and they met Claire Mingna, who is the manager of the Pokémart, who was revealed to, it was revealed that her daughter, Tilly, has gone missing and suspects it is the Mimikyu that has been trying to contact her. And they both went into the Weaver's mansion, guided by Ariana the Ariados. And what was thought to be the Mimikyu was a mysterious invisible creature. Turned out it was just a Kecleon, just being a nuisance. And Ariana said, "Oh, there's always the basement." And Gabby, and as Ariana opened up the basement, Gabby and Blue just leaped into the darkness. And before we continue that, we are going to rewind time. So, we are back. It's 6 a.m. The dew drops are falling off the trees. There are birds in the distance, as I said in the last session. And Petilil, you are the first to wake up. No one else is conscious. They're all conked out.
She's feeling a little dried out, so she's gonna go find some water and perform her ablutions. Is there water nearby? There's the lake.
Yes, you're at the lake, so.
How clean is this water?
Oh, very clean.
Oh, good.
Relicanth, who you met at the last session, takes good care of the water.
Oh, good. She just face first into it. And then gets back up. Gets some water. And then shakes it. So she looks like she's covered in dew right now. She's gonna go and she's gonna go back to the camp. How does everyone looking?
Very asleep.
Okay. Does Donna have any like drool coming out of her mouth? Or is she a pretty sleeper?
Let's see.
It's got to be a roll. It has to be.
Yeah, there's drool.
Thank you. So I think Petilil will be very pleased to notice that. She pops that away in her head to remember for later, should she need.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to go see what the berry situation is.
Yep. You go over to what when everyone started having their dinner time the day before, it was this very sizable batch, like a fairly sizable amount of petra berries and other assortments. But all that's left is almost the runt of the batch, like very squelchy and not a kind of an ill sickly colour, is just not able. It's just, there's just loads of like, you know those, like on strawberries there's like those, the root tip, the leaves, you know, it's just those like tips all around.
Just look over at Gabby in their sleep. I think she's going to go and see if she can gather up any berries. Who do Lotad or Amora look like either of them look like they're a little lighter in their sleep?
I'm getting a vision that as Lotad starts to snort, you know that thing of like they start leaves will float upwards as they inhale and then they exhale. They're like, and Amora, it's almost like, you know, in movies when you see like the female romantic love interest, she just so daintily has her head on the pillow. The makeup is absolutely perfect. There's nothing that could be deemed imperfect about them. Kind of like that, as Amora like rests her head on top of the log.
Petilil doesn't really see Amora as too much of a threat, so she can appreciate that she's pretty and beautiful, but she doesn't feel like the same way about her that she does about Donna. So she's gonna let her sleep. She's like, beauty and perfection, whatever. Not like me. She does eye the stuff on her that like could be used to make earrings. There's a moment of eyeing that.
Whoopsie.
Then she goes over.
What is it? What?
We're low on berries.
No, that cannot be.
I think Gabby ate them.
Well, of course, actually, it was Gabby. Of course, she ate them all.
I'm going to get more. Okay? I'll be back.
Okay.
It might take a while just gathering so many.
Your hard work is appreciated, Petilil.
And I just kind of go to shake some of the sort of water on me onto Lotad's leaf. Oh, look. Your leaf just looked a little thirsty. I thought I'd refresh it.
You are an angel, Petilil.
Oh, thank you. Go back to sleep now.
Okay.
Don't you go find some berries?
Okay, you go further into the forest. As said last time, you kind of look above you and you're going deeper and thicker into the forest, and the way it looks is that all the branches are so thick and tied together, they've interwoven, and it almost becomes a separate floor. It becomes a ceiling. And you hear, as you go deeper and deeper into the forest, there's kind of scratches as other Pokemon are like clambering on top of it. But as you can see, do a roll. Let's check this place out. So 2d6 plus your sharp modifier, I believe. Yes, sharp.
That will be an even 10.
Cool, so you can ask 2 questions.
About what's around me.
Anything you like. You can ask for my favorite color if you want. But I forewent whatever the word is, the attributed questions in the playbook, so you can ask me whatever you like.
Alrighty. What's your favorite color, Carrie?
It depends on my mood. I like a deep magenta, or kind of like a lilac periwinkle kind of vibe.
Ooh. I'm writing it down. Important to take notes, kids.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any berries around?
You see some that have like maybe fallen off from the very small gaps from the ceiling above, but you know that if you want to get a proper assortment of berries, you're gonna have to go up into the trees.
I'm going to yell out, hello? Hello? Is anybody up there?
Cassie, do you think we should... No, Cleo, we should absolutely not do that. I feel like she sounds very nice.
I am very nice.
See, she says she's nice, and that means she's nice.
And that I can hear you.
Okay, well you've let us go now, so let's just climb down. And two monkey-like creatures come down to see you. And you see they're quite small in size, maybe like a tiny bit bigger than your height. They are black and they have like green ribbed armbands, almost sort of. And they have these like piercing red eyes. And they come down to greet you.
Hello. Nice to meet you. One of you was Cassie?
That's me.
Who was the other one? I stopped paying attention.
That's me. I'm Cleo.
Cleo. Oh, beautiful. 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 Hi. I'm Petilil, and I come into your woods looking for berries.
Right. Well, things have been a bit scarce recently. I mean, Cleo, what about our... No! Mom told us. Nobody touches that. Okay, fine. You know what? You have a better access to this than we do. It's a very good resource. There is a berry farm. That's just in a little village outside of here. There's so many, nobody will notice if you take a couple.
Why don't you do that then? Why aren't you doing that?
Because from our mom's experience, we're too scary. They kind of try and shoo us away.
They think you're scary?
Yes.
But you are wonderful.
You think that, but not humans.
Well, humans are silly and they want to make clothes out of us.
Wait,
so, yeah. The things they put on their bodies.
Oh!
I know it. I escaped that fate.
Cassie, could you tell Mom? Okay. And Cassie goes back up. And you can hear from the scratching of the branches that Cassie's now just gone away.
It's best your mom take close care of you and you stay away from humans.
Well, that's exactly what we're doing, but I appreciate the advice you've given us. That's why we stay away from the berry farm, even though it's probably like the biggest resource. You know, they're not gonna take kindly to seeing us.
But you think I could get in?
Oh, of course.
So you know then.
I know where it is, yes.
Well, that's good too, but I'm in my mind powers.
Your mind powers? You don't seem like a psychic type, but okay.
I don't know what you mean by that, but I know you don't mean to offend me, so that's okay. How far away is this farm?
Well, you're south from the middle of the woods, so not that far. Probably like a 20-minute walk.
Okay.
Tell you what, if I give you a ride, you can hop on my back and we can go to the berry farm together, but I get a share.
That works perfectly because I was going to offer that anyway because you've been very helpful. And it sounds like you need to stay away from these humans because they'll either try and shoo you away from food or turn you into a shoe.
Yeah, I don't want that. No.
Nobody does.
Okay.
I would love a ride.
What's your name, by the way?
Petilil.
Okay. Cool. Some people have names that aren't their species names, so that's why I was asking.
Okay. Is your species? I guess not, because your sister's name is Cassie and you are Cleo.
Yeah.
What's your species?
Zarude.
Zarude. Beautiful name.
Yeah, I fucking did that. I see the smirk on your face. Sorry, I'm a baby DM. I feel proud of myself in these moments.
No, I feel good about doing this, and I'm an experienced DM.
Cool. Okay, Petilil, hop on my back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Do we roll for this? Actually, let's do a roll with your tough modifier.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. 4. It was 5 with the D6s, but then it was 4.
Okay. How do I do this? Okay, so Cleo is able to take you up the tree. But as soon as Cleo starts like gaining speed and momentum as she's galloping like across the branches, you are like only gripping onto its fur like with your tiny hands, like you barely have a hold. But eventually, when Cleo does a sharp turn, you lose grip, and it's almost like a bauble. You like bounce, and then there is a huge dip, and you fall down, and you bang your head on a root of a tree. And take 1 harm, please.
Oh.
Petilil?
I'm okay. I was injured, but I am okay.
Okay. Do you want to come back up? Or, I mean, it's not that far from here, so you could walk the rest of the way.
No, I want to see it from your point of view.
Okay.
I'll come back up. I'm fine. But fine.
You can hear in the distance there are some other cries as well. And Cleo replies, looks back down beyond. Sorry, I gotta go. Cassie's in danger. And goes.
Okay, I'll just get your berries and put them at the tree line or whatever. Okay.
So you are on...
I look around.
Yes.
Do I know where I'm going?
Yeah, I'll say that where you were originally, it was quite dark because all the branches were shielding all the sunlight. But at this point, as you have gone further south in the forest, the light has started to break through in between the trees. So you know vaguely that you can go through an exit.
I will start going. And I will keep my eyes peeled for humans.
Okay, so as you walk through the trees and come out, you end up in Klasana Village. You've come from here, and what you see on your right, there's a farm with long crops with berries on them, different varieties, and you see Machoke's and Machop well, you wouldn't know what they're called, but you see big human, bulky like Pokemon harvest them into these carts. And then ahead of you is a newer build compared to the rest of the village, and has a big neon sign. But Petilil can't read, can she?
I believe we've established that of those of us who came from the, what would it be? The lab? That only Gabby could read, really. I can try. I'm friends with Gabby.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do another check this place out roll. So with your sharp modifier.
8.
Okay, so you can ask one question.
What does the sign say?
It says Pokemart.
Okay, marked. Bet you that's where they sell Pokemon clothes. Humans. She doesn't know any better. So she's gonna go look at the berries at the farm.
Okay, yeah. You there's like a little. You can see that there's a fence all around the field, and it's one of those ones where it's too high to climb over, but it's too low to go over. So you're kind of in an awkward position in getting in the field.
I'm going to look at some of the nearest berries, and I'm trying to will them to come to me.
Can I help you there?
Give me a moment.
You want a berry?
Oh, yes. Who are you?
Sorry, I'm Toto. I'm a Machop. Are you? I've not really seen any Pokemon of your kind around here. You new?
Yes, I'm new in town. Toto, you said?
Toto, yes. If you want berries, I could take you where we store them that are ready to ship. I mean, there's probably going to be some discarded ones that you can have a look at.
Like discarded because they're gross?
Normally they're absolutely fine, but because they're the wrong shape, apparently humans are too fussy about the standards of how things should look before consuming them. So they'll probably be fine.
And it still tastes good?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Okay. I just appeared out of someone else's background. I startled myself. My mind powers are working in unexpected ways. Astral projection, baby. Okay, Toto. Well, yes, thank you very much.
Okay, well you gotta be quiet, because I don't think my dad would really like it. But you know, you're not a human. You know, trying to be a thief. You're just a. What's your name? Sorry.
Petilil.
Petilil. Nice to meet you. So just be quiet, okay?
Okay, be quiet.
Okay, good. So he ducks under and is able to carry you over the fence so you can plop through. Comes back under, and he very confidently guides you through the field enough to not gain any attention. And as you come through the field, you see that there's quite a sizable barn, and then next to it is quite a fairly standard kind of house building, where you can see some human chatter going on. And then there's sort of this metal block that seems quite cold on the outside, and that's where Toto is guiding you towards.
What is the cold block?
Oh, that's where we keep the berries, because they need to stay cold in order for them to be good quality by the time it goes to the, all the way up to Cheddar Point,
No.
Oh, Cheddar Point, it's literally the opposite end of the region.
Thank you for sharing your information with me, Toto. You are very helpful.
No worries. Oh, okay. And there's a small little door, like matchup sized, that Toto opens and lets you in. And you can see there are stacks and stacks and stacks of these wooden crates, all filled with berries. And they go along for quite a bit. It's very packed, this small little warehouse, and you can feel it is very cold. You're very chilly. Now it is quite cold, so I hope you have some way of keeping yourself warm. But all the discarded berries, if you want to take them, they're just at the end there. They're just at the end in a little corner.
If you're lying to me, I will kill you.
I'm very lucky I'm not.
Okay, thank you.
I'll wait outside. Let me know if you need anything. Cool. So Toto has left you by yourself. What would you like to do?
I want to go look at the berries. I'll go to look at the discarded berries because they'll taste just as good, and that's probably I'm going to be less likely to and made into something that's obviously going to be the most beautiful thing anyone will ever wear, but I don't want to be made into that unless I can still be alive. Oh, a living accessory. Ooh, she's thinking about that.
Yeah, and as you're thinking about it and you're walking towards the crate, you can see it's quite a dark corner. And you see the berries. They're all in like a variety of shapes. Some of them are very long. Some of them are quite stumpy. Some of them, like, they're a bit patchy in terms of like different shadings all across the berry. But as far as you're aware, they look absolutely like fine. But you also see in the absolute cornerest of corners, you see a shape. I'll leave that for the moment.
She's quite distracted by the shape. She's gonna go a little closer.
Okay, so Petilil, you go closer and closer, and what you see is a shroud of very depressing yellowish grey coloured fabric that's almost kind of comes out in a triangle, and then, well, actually, I'll leave it to our player to describe. Daisy, would you like to describe what your character looks like?
Yeah. Oh, as you can see behind me, that way. He's just kind of a little bit hunched over, kind of discoloured yellow, grey tip ears, kind of grey splurging out underneath it, like not quite in line with the yellow fabric. Kind of just twitching. It's got like a puzzled expression on its face because it's just looking at the corner. So his ears going. It's kind of hearing things.
Excuse me.
Just very slowly. Yes, my mic was up there the entire time. Hi.
Hello. Who are you?
They call me a Mimikyu.
Mimikyu? That's a very cute name. They call me Petilil.
Petilil. Hi.
Hi. Are you getting berries too?
Well, yeah, I just kind of wandered in. It was dark.
Do you come into a dark place or because it was dark outside? Because it's pretty dark in here.
It's dark in here.
You like the dark?
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but that's nice for you. Do you live near here? Do you come from Cheddar Point? It's nearby.
He will just like cock his head like, don't know.
That's okay. I don't know either about you because you didn't tell me. I'm getting berries. Would you like to get berries with me?
If you want me to, yeah.
Yes, because otherwise you'll just kind of be in this corner looking at the wall, and that will unsettle me.
Oh, okay. Well, you kind of like doesn't actually have arms. Yeah, it's just occurred to me. So like, you know when you like walk around with the hoodie and you got your hands in your pockets and just kind of just shuffling along. Like, yeah, okay.
We'll figure something out for the carrying situation. Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
Did I have a bag? Did we
No.
get a bag instead? No, we didn't. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't know. May I please look around for a bag? Mimikyu? Will you help me find a bag or like some fabric that we could make into a bag?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, check this place out. Roll your 2d6 plus your sharp modifier, please.
3.
I got a 6.
Nice, thank you.
Neither of you have any idea.
Can I make a pocket? I mean, Mimikyu's like fabric on top. But can I like create a pouch that when you bring up like the bottom of your top? If you're going to carry stuff.
Yeah, oh sorry, I didn't realise you were asking me. Yes, you can do that.
Yay! Kind of just like, again, no hands, but kind of just like ruffles the fabric, kind of makes like a little pouch.
You are so smart. We are going to be friends. I can feel it. Unless you don't want to be friends with me, but I am pretty great.
That sounds nice.
Oh, good. Let's get some berries then. Pick your favorite. We'll make sure to get that one for you. And then we have to get extra ones for the Zarude I meant.
I never will like copy Petilil's like movement like Zarude.
I love that so much. So have you gathered the berries and you're just gonna and you're heading out?
Yeah, I think so, unless you want to do anything, Mimikyu.
No, but Mimikyu will kind of be like couple paces behind and like shuffling like a grumpy teenager.
Now, I know one of the guys who works here, and he showed me how to be quiet and chill and hidden. So we have to be quiet and sneaky. I think you're probably good at that. Let's go. Go outside. Return the way came.
Cool. Toto could hear from outside the footsteps towards the door, so he opens it and sees, "You're the Mimikyu."
That's what they call me?
I don't know what to do with this information.
Introduce yourself. If you know someone and they don't know you, you have to announce who you are.
Dad! And just runs.
That's not what he told me his name was.
Well, what would you like to do?
What was that about? Do you know? Are you in danger? Am I in danger? Are you going to murder us all?
You said that with a smile.
Really excited about that last option there.
Yeah.
Because they'd tell stories about me forever.
Well, I just get a bad rep.
Do you do anything to deserve it?
No, I just kind of stay in the shadows, and I think people think that's creepy, but it's homely.
Well, it is creepy, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Let's go before they get back. Yes, okay.
Ooh, hang on. Can you roll? Yeah, do a flat roll with your sharp modifier.
11.
Okay, so you hear because next to you was that house-like building that was like where all the human noises. And you hear, Brian, I think I saw a fire type. But what do you mean you saw a fire type? Brian, I think I saw a fire type. Like, you know, the ones that are outlawed? The fire types! What do you mean? We can't have a fire. We got rid of all the fire types. There can't be one here. I know, Brian, but I just saw one at the Pokémon. I didn't know what to do. Well, do we call the authority? No, the government have never told us what to do if we actually saw a fire type post banning them. Well, I guess what we're gonna do is that we're gonna have to... I guess we call a local counselor? Who even is our local counselor? And...
Can I just chef's kiss to that?
Thanks. So yeah, that's what you hear.
Donna's a fire type, right?
Would you know that?
I don't know. Would I know that?
Donna set fire to a bunch of stuff at the lake.
I would assume Donna's a fire type.
Okay, yeah, I'll give that to you. Yes, you do.
Okay, thank you. Mostly just because I would hear a fire type and that there's trouble, and I'd be like, I bet you that's Donna. Let's go. I'll meet up with my people back in the woods. They're very lovely, except for Donna, but you have to pretend to like her sometimes, because otherwise she's a real bitch. Let's go quick while they're distracted.
Okay.
Wait, so can I clarify? Where are you going?
To the woods.
Okay. So you go back through the forest. What's your methodology of going through this forest? Do you have a specific path in mind, or?
Well, first I'm going to leave some of the berries I'm going to go back to where I got left and leave some of the berries there because I know how to get to that point.
Okay.
And I'll leave some of the berries for my Zarude friends. Okay. This is where we have a slight problem, Mimikyu. Can you climb?
Can I climb? Oh, great DM. I'm not sure if that's a skill I possess.
Pretty sure it's not a skill I particularly possess, if this is what I look like.
Tell you what we can do, you have to move Copycat.
Yes.
At some point, I'll be a forgiving DM, you will have seen a Pokemon use a move to climb something. So would you like to use your Poke Powers, so you'd have to roll with your Weird modifier, to try and recall that move?
Yeah.
Okay, roll 2d6 plus your Weird modifier. I just realised that people are going to be looking at this being like, Carrie, what are you leaning on? I'm like, a wall!
The sea.
The sea is my power. I'm a water baby after all. Anyway, sorry.
Blue, you gonna take that lying down? Somebody taking your rightful place as a water baby?
Oh.
You had me so confused for a second there.
I was like, what the fuck, Josh?
So what? I'm sure if Blue heard,
Sure,
there would be words.
There would be words. What did you get, Dave?
There is your Totodile pride.
I guess an 11.
11. So yeah. From underneath the fabric, there's like your little ghost body kind of turns into like 4 sets of hands with claws, and that can dig into the tree, and you're able to. I'm assuming, Petilil, you're holding on to like the tail.
May I climb on?
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
Okay, thank you.
And Mimikyu, one by one, is able to climb all the way up this tree. And there you go, you're on the upper level of the forest.
You are so cool, Mimikyu. Okay. I'm going to use my mind powers to try and figure out where I came from here. And she's going to try and remember.
Let's do a roll with your sharp modifier.
8.
That's a mixed success. I'd say you can gather, because where you just came from, there was light coming through the trees, and kind of on the other side of that, it looks like it gets a lot darker. And at some point, you can make the educated guess, that was where you came from, because you came from deeper into the forest, as Cleo said.
I think my powers have yielded a result. This way, I'll guide you. And I will do my best on a mixed success to guide you towards where I think I came from.
Yeah. Well, I think what we'll say, because it's a mixed success, it took you a lot longer than obviously beforehand, because it's difficult terrain in D&D terms. And if you go back to Albert, because the scenery's changed, please ignore the dead bodies.
We're back.
We are back. We are back.
I'll say.
It's flashbacks. You come into a clearing, and far ahead you can see a very small stream going across, but in the forefront there's this small tree that grows and then billows out, and it's almost like a hand, and in the palm of it there's a mound of berries, but at the root of this tree there is Cleo and Cassie, but also an even bigger Zarude lying unconscious at the root of the tree.
No. I rush over. Cleo, Cassie, what's happened here?
These two Pokemon came to try and steal our berries, and then obviously our mom got angry, and then they took her down.
Let's see what I can do. By the way, I left berries where you left me. If I had known that you would be here, I would have brought them, but you didn't tell me before you ran away. Anyway.
Our mom... Literally, that was my mom calling for us.
She's already focused on healing. Do you know how to heal? Can you help me in my ritual?
Sorry, no.
Okay, I will do it myself then. And I am going to use Healing Wish. And the user faints, and the next Pokemon released is fully healed. And I'm going to focus really hard on healing this Zarude mama, and then faint. if I can successfully do this.
Use your Poke powers. Roll with your weird modifier.
With my weird? I get to roll with my weird?
Yes, you do.
Oh, but I rolled Snake Eyes, baby.
Oh my god! Okay, yeah, I would say...
That's 4. It's 4.
I would say... You just faint.
Just stop breathing. then pass out.
Mimikyu, you see... Nothing has changed. You've just seen Petilil just collapse.
It's my magic, baby.
Kind of just uses like a ghost hand to get like a random, doesn't matter what berry, out of the pouch. Like I just put it like, kind of dab it on her mouth. Like, are you gonna eat? Are you awake? It's like just extends hand like.
Oh god. I don't think any of these berries are gonna help her. Cassie, Okay. The people in town can help them. You, yellow thing, get on my back. Cassie, put Petilil on your back. What about Mom? Mom is a strong, independent woman. She can cope.
Rika's gonna like shuffle over, leave a berry for the mum, just by her face, just kind of just really awkwardly like gets on the back, like, oh, try not to like jostle the pocket, like, oh, okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna say you don't need to roll for this. The Zarude, the two Zarude, Cassie and Cleo, they have galloped and you've quickly made your way back to Klasana village, and they have tried to discreetly drop you off behind the Pokemart to try and not draw attention to themselves. And Cleo looks to you, Mimikyu, and says, look, can you just... She seems like a very gentle girl. Can you just make sure she doesn't get into any more trouble?
Yeah, I can try.
Okay. I gotta go. Let's go check on Mom. Cassie, let's go. And they both walk off together. I say walk, they gallop. They're kind of in a rush.
What kind of type are they?
They are... roll... Sharp modifier, please.
This is an Alberta question.
Oh, they're dark and grass.
Okay. I just was asking because my thing could have been one better if they were fighting or poison.
Oh. So, yeah, you are behind the Pokemart. And I think... Well, Mimikyu, what would you like to do?
Try to get help?
Yep. Read a bad situation. We haven't done this one before. When you look around and read a bad situation, roll plus your sharp modifier.
11.
Woo!
You can ask... Oh my god, you can ask 3 questions.
Would Mimikyu know how to revive a fellow Pokemon?
I'm gonna say probably at some point. I'm gonna message you 1 second. Sorry, folks. Being discreet with the law.
Ooh. The law. The corn.
The most ambitious crossover in cinematic history. Okay. So, yes. I think eventually through that, you would know.
Do I have to use all my... This is not a question within the thing. This is a Daisy question.
Okay.
Do I have to use all my 3 questions now?
I'd say until the end of the scene.
End of the scene. Okay. If I... Oh, I don't want to leave her there. So, but out the back of the Pokemon, is there... Now, this is a legit question. This is question 2. Is there a back door to this Pokemon?
Yes.
Sweet.
Kieran's joined in on the fun.
Okay, I'm going to save the 3rd question. Mimikyu will attempt to open the door.
I would say if you do go in, that is a change of scene.
Okay. Now I witnessed what happened. Would I be able to copycat that? The healing.
So just to clarify, you would rather make yourself faint to bring Petilil?
No, that's just a question. That is a question whether I now know that.
Yes. You
that
would.
was not the option I was going for. Just both of us fight together, just hold our breath until we stop breathing and pass out.
The move for future reference, if you ever want to do it, is Healing Wish.
Thank you.
Anytime.
But I will say, in battle, you can only use the move that is used.
Copycat.
Yeah, only in that. Outside of battle, any move you'd like, I'm gonna let you do that. But yeah, that doesn't apply to battles.
Sweet. And as my 3 questions are used, I'd like to open the door. What attempt to open the door?
Yes. Let's do a roll with your tough modifier.
Oh no.
I know the feeling.
I'm going to re-roll that because that was another 11, and that just feels sus with the dice.
No, you can.
I don't know. Why would you not accept that?
That's 3 11s in a row, and that
It's
just feels.
That's a hat trick, baby.
It's good.
We'll take the hat trick.
I'm forcing you to accept that.
Okay,
So
thank you.
Petilil just goes hat trick.
So these shadows like come out from underneath the fabric, and they go all the way up to the doorknob, and it's not locked because it's a village and people trust each other, so don't lock doors. I should know that. I live in a village. And turns the door handle and opens into the building.
Gonna shuffle myself in, but I'm gonna. Can I put a dark hand back and kind of scoop Petilil along with me?
I'll let you do that, yeah.
Scoop her. So she's not like left outside, but she's kind of a bit behind me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna shimmy my way into the shop. Back.
Okay, so what you see, this is the back of the shop. So there's no one there. There's no customers or anything. You see some broken stock in a box. You see there's like a worktop there. And there's another door to your left that seems to lead elsewhere. That's unrelated to the shop. But you can see there's a little mini coat rack by the door. Yeah, I will. And there's a red beret with a cream puff on top. And there is... what else would I say? It's quite dark, and there's no one there. And you can see, actually, the light filtering from the shop. There's not much daylight. It's starting to go into kind of the afternoon, early evening kind of time.
I'm going to have a shimmy over to the box of broken stuff.
Okay. Let's just do a straight up luck roll. So just do a d12.
Let me get my d12. Oh my god. Problem with my bag likes to stick to each other. That's a d12. 6.
Oh, that's a fail. There are no revives in the box.
It's gonna huff stuff. Can I see like on top of the workbench?
I think you can just about. It's quite tall for you. You can only see like maybe. You can see it's a fairly clear surface.
I look around the room.
Here's what I'll do, because Petilil has been unconscious for quite a bit. I'm gonna flip a coin. Petilil, you wake up!
Oh,
Where am I?
in a shop.
Oh, okay. Did you bring me here?
Yeah.
Thank you. Did you carry me?
Yeah.
You're so strong. You're smart and you're strong. Oh my goodness. The Zarud Mama is all good now, I'm assuming?
I think so.
Okay, good. Thank you. May I look around the room?
Yeah, check this place out.
That's sharp, right?
Yes.
8.
So you can ask one question.
What kind of a store is this?
You can gather that it is a supply store. So there would be potions, there would be Pokeballs, there would be revives, etc., etc.
Oh my goodness. I bet you we could get so much stuff here. And maybe even a bag. Is this the main shopping area or are there other rooms?
So the way it's sort of laid out is that you're currently in the back area, and then it goes up to where the till is. Not that you would know what that is, but there's sort of, you know, in diners where they have like a plank of wood you can lift up in order to walk through.
Yeah.
It has that, and then it goes into the main shop.
Awesome. Thank you. Shall we go check the shop out or no? Whatever you feel comfortable with.
There might be people up there.
I understand.
Question: did you shut the door?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, well, you hear.
Oops.
I'm trying to do our absolute best to give off the idea of explosions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Petilil, she goes and looks. She's just woke up from having fainted. She's like, I'll go look at the explosions. What's that about?
So you come out and you realize it's going from further south of the village, which you haven't really grasped much. You were very focused on the berry farm and the Pokemart. You can see there's a very much darker building, but you can see there's sort of like smoke coming out of it and loads of just clash, bang, wallop, chaos happening.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to come back inside. It's crazy out there. Oh, I think I'm going to go and see if up front anyone knows what's happening. You can stay back here if you're more comfortable, and I'll report back.
It's all right. I'll follow you, but I'm gonna be a bit behind.
Okay. Thank you. I will lead.
Cool. So you walk towards this dark building and
I'm going to the front of the Pokémart.
Oh, apologies. Sorry. Yeah, you go to the front of the Pokémart.
I walk in like I've used the normal door. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Who do I see? What do I see?
You see a tall lady, and she has long black hair. She has bangs. She's wearing an apron, white blouse, and black trousers, Converse. She has a little name tag that has some words on it. So, don't know if you're going to be able to read that or not.
Probably not from far away, and they're small.
Mm-hmm.
May I try? She's quite like, oh no, a human. Because she just was like, well, it's a shop. She didn't think a human would be running it.
Oh, well, there's no need to be afraid. Mimikyu, did you go in? What are you doing here? Where is my daughter?
Excuse me. I am asking for service, and I don't think that my friend has anything to do with your daughter because I have been with my
She has kidnapped my daughter.
Where? Okay. Where's your daughter?
Can you tell me?
In the midst of all that, I just snorted down my drink.
Sorry. I always hate it when other people have done that. Now I feel bad.
I was just drinking. It was the way Alberta said it. It was just, oh my god. He's like shaking, dropping a couple of berries. Just like, and just gonna slowly go around the corner of an aisle. Just
Shoo! Get out of my shop!
Does he look like he could even kidnap anyone? He's running from you.
You are a spooky creature who was talking with my daughter. And now she's gone.
You are prejudiced. No wonder your daughter left.
Get out.
I can help you find your daughter if you want, because mums and daughters should not be separated.
She's gone to the back and brought out a broom.
I beg your pardon. Is this how you treat all your customers? Give me a bag.
Out.
Give me a bag. At least give me a bag. That's the least you can do.
If you leave this shop alone. Look. I don't know why I trusted Pokemon to try and find my daughter, but as soon as she is back, they are going to... I'm sure they'll do justice.
Okay, I'm confused here. You need to stop and explain, because what you just said is that you think a Pokemon took your daughter and then you sent Pokemon to get your daughter, and then you're gonna have those Pokemon get in trouble even though they were helping you? I'm sorry.
I don't have to explain myself to anybody.
Ma'am, you're in distress. You're hysterical.
And like a ghost hand just kind of come around the corner.
Do not touch me!
No, and kind of scoop Petilil and kind of like drag her backwards.
I keep talking as I get dragged backwards. You know what?
Until you find my daughter, you are not allowed in this Pokemart.
I'm gonna find your daughter and she's gonna tell me all about you. She's gonna lead by example. She's gonna become a great woman or whatever she wants to be, and she's going to think back on her prejudiced mom, and she's going to think either two things. She's going to think, oh,
the door is shut.
And I yell under the door, or she's going to think
it's an automatic door, so it stayed open.
or she's going to think, wow, I'm so glad that those two beautiful, handsome, strong, smart Pokemon brought me back, and my mom learned how to be someone who cares about people and Pokemon.
You are so lucky that I am for Pokemon rights, to not harm them, because otherwise so many things will get thrown at you right now.
You brought out the broom, lady, and I leave.
And the door is shut.
My God, she's like a human Donna.
Bing bong.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. Did you kidnap her daughter? Because then I said a lot of things I shouldn't have.
No.
If you're lying to me, I'll kill you. Unless you had a good reason for kidnapping her daughter. Because I like you, so. Just letting you know.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Did I get my bag?
No.
You always offer a customer a bag. That's what Donna told me she heard. Donna's been out in the world a bit more than I have, but it doesn't make her smarter than me. But she has some wisdom when it comes to shopping.
Okay.
What's in the dark house? She's doing this with her weaves.
You would know Mimikyu, so I'll just say the Dark House is the Weaver's Mansion, where one of the big exports in Klasana Village is spinning fabrics from the spinnerack and the Ariados to make into fabrics. You have been spotted a lot there because there are loads of dark corners in there.
It's nice in there.
Is that your home?
If a home is a place you've stayed, then yes.
I don't really know. I grew up in a lab, and I thought it was my home, but then they wanted to make me into fashion. So, and like not like a live fashion, like I am fashion, like, you know.
Talking to a Pokemon that's made itself out of fabric. Fashion.
You're very fashion. You are like boho chic. I don't know what that is, but Donna told me. Anyway.
I mean, you just got to copy that, like.
Every time Mimikyu copies a little thing that Petilil does, Petilil feels so good about herself and likes Mimikyu even more.
Great.
Do you want to come to the Darkness Explosion House with me to see what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so you go up to the Weaver's Mansion and you can see there's a door, and it looks like it has some like wires around it, and next to it there's like a square with like a small hollow dot in the middle of it. But what would you like to do?
Mimikyu, what is this?
Have I gone in this way before?
I think you would know. That is how the Ariados open the door into the mansion. The hollow dot is where they put one of their limbs through in order to unlock the door for it to open.
Limbs.
I'm going to do that.
Cool. I'm gonna say like your like shadows, they're able to like have enough mass for it to be like put pressure on it, but you're also able to fit through it. So you hear it, and the door opens, and you see Donna hopping into this darkness, and you see a big red spider looking out at you, being like, "Oh, there you are." And now we're going to go to the darkness with Gabby and Blue. Thank you so much for your patience.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Cool. So, yeah, Donna has jumped down to join you. It is pitch black. And I will change that over to this. These maps are more for like ambiance really than anything else. I realise I've not really used them for like battle maps or anything.
I like them.
That's good.
So yeah, it is pitch black. You cannot see anything.
Blue.
Yeah.
Have you tried closing your eyes and opening them again?
Nothing
It
changed.
doesn't change.
Nothing. Donna, can you help us?
It's so much fun.
Of course, I'm the one that always has to fix everybody else's problems.
Thank you,
Hey.
Donna.
Okay.
Don't be rude.
Was Donna being rude, Blue?
She was being rude.
Yeah, she can do this. She is able to produce like a little like small ball of fire like out of her mouth, and she's able to use her energy to just hold it steady, and you're able to see out into more of the room a little bit more. So you see its steel walls, quite grubby, hasn't been maintained in a while. There is a small bowl that's very old and rusty, similar shape to what you had back at the lab. and then another one that's for water, and that's all you see.
Anna, you were rude, and I give her a nuggie.
Ow!
No, she might stop doing the flame. Don't.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that looks familiar.
What does?
This bowls.
You mean a Pokemon could be staying in here?
Hello?
Gonna look around the room. Is there any Pokemon staying in here?
Check this place out, please.
Check this place out. Oh god, check
Do
this
we
place
each get
out.
to roll?
Yeah, both of you roll.
I did a 4.
Oh,
That's
no.
also a 4.
Oh my god. Okay. You cannot gather any information because you. Here's what I'll think. I think the food bowl and the water bowl takes you back to your days at the lab. And rose-tinted goggles, you're just thinking about your time, and you're just spending absolutely no energy working out the situation.
In the shed, in the lab.
Good times.
Good times. All that food, all that water. Oh. Yeah, no one lives here. No.
Okay. Maybe they did what we did, and they attacked the door until they got out and went somewhere.
Yes.
You hear. I said. And then suddenly this like pressured gas start to feel it. It doesn't go anywhere near you because the roll failed.
Was that you, Donna?
No, it's not me.
Did you fart?
Do not ask a lady.
Just because I can see it in the air.
You can ask me if I fart.
That's a move. That's not.
No, that's gas.
Yeah, it's poison gas.
You can fart poison gas, Donna?
Not me.
That's
Can you
gotta
teach
combo
me?
really well with your fire.
Is that you making that noise?
Can you see me making that noise?
I don't know.
Shall I blow away the poison gas now?
You can if you want. Use your poke powers.
I will use my Poke powers to make a twister.
Yes.
Okay, that is +2 weird, so that is a 9.
Okay, so that's a mixed success. So what happens is that yeah, no, I'm gonna say you don't do it. You don't do any damage to anyone. But this swirls and swirls and swirls. And it gets bigger and bigger, and this poison gets caught up in the twister and is now just spread evenly across the whole room. So now you guys are feeling this really painful air in your, well, you wouldn't know they're your lungs, but in your throat.
Why would you do this, Gabby? Why would you do this?
I am a god.
This is not a godly thing to do.
Look, who are you? We come in peace. We're just trying to look for a Mimikyu.
Show yourself.
I'm gonna say that. Let's do a combined effort of manipulate someone. Who would like to roll for this?
Go on, Josh.
Oh, okay, great. What is the one that's added to this? Is this
Manipulate
charm?
someone is. You're correct. It's charm.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. That is a solid 10.
Amazing. What do you say to manipulate? What's in the darkness?
We are not dumb. We know that you are there, and you will not defeat us without coming closer. And so it is in your interest, be you friend or foe, to come and reveal yourself to us.
Good words, Gabby. Good words.
Gabby watches a lot of movies.
And out of the darkness comes through this black lizard. It's very flat on the floor. It's a bit pathetic. It doesn't have a lot of mass to it. It's the runt of the litter, and comes through, and I will show you what the Pokemon is on Albert. That's not the map. I need a token. Bubbity ba ba bubbity doo. Talk amongst yourselves.
That's all good.
Gabby, it worked. You have the mouth of a god.
Yes, Blue, I do.
Teach me.
So what you're gonna want to do first. So what you're gonna want to talk good.
Have you ever had a dream where you would
and then you would
so much you could do anything?
you could do anything.
You see this?
Oh, hey there.
Oh, so cute.
Oh, hello.
You look like you want some food.
It's like slightly jumpy. Like, hasn't said anything, but all the sounds you can hear is like it's scuttling, like jumping across the floor.
Do you not know how to talk? That's okay. We'll still be friends.
You'll get nothing from me! And it does a smog attack, and I'm gonna say, roll initiative.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
So, should we do a turn order for you? Yes, let's do an inactive initiative for Petilil and Mimikyu. So it is 2d6 plus your speed, please.
Is a 7 for
8.
Blue.
8.
Solid.
Blue. 7. Gabby and Petilil, what is your speed modifier?
0.
My modifier.
Oh no, I'm asking for Gabby's speed modifier.
Sorry, my speed modifier is a 1.
Okay, so you go before Petilil. Daisy? You are muted.
Looked like a 10.
It did look like
It was a 10.
Nice.
I'm eating pistachios.
10.
Woo!
Nice.
Now I really want pistachio.
Yeah.
What is its speed modifier? Of course, you go last. There's so many Pokemon I have to roll for. Bear with me.
Sorry, why is there so many
Finally.
Pokemon? I only see one.
What?
I only see one. Why are you rolling so many?
Oh, because I'm rolling for thee and Donna and.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
The rest of us.
That is a 4.
On a 4, there could be hundreds of Pokemon in here.
Just not looking at them.
Daisy, what's your speed modifier?
3.
Wow.
Oh, that is the exact same as Ariana. Apologies.
Oh,
We'll go
not this
alphabetical
again.
order. I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna eat her. I
No.
don't think Blue can convince me not to. I don't think so.
No,
We
excuse
don't
me.
eat
One of them
Pokemons.
has fallen.
I'm gonna eat Ariana.
Okay.
It's rule number 3.
Okay. So, turn order actually makes sense because this. It's called a Salandit, my dudes, is the name of the Pokemon. So they are going to use Smog. That is a full success. They haven't picked a specific target. So I think because it's Smog, everyone's susceptible to this. So that is a full success. So Gabby and Blue, you take... Gabby, before your armor, you take 2 harm. Oh, wait. Yes? Yes. And Blue, you take 5.
So my armor is 6, so I will take none from this.
fucking tank.
We can include armor. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
no, I didn't
only
count
take-
the armor.
Whew, I only take 2. Ooh,
Okay, good.
I was panicking then.
You take 2. Right, so you are. Sorry.
Enough then.
6. And Gabby took no damage. Okay. So technically in the initiative order, it's Ariana's turn. So we cut back upstairs onto the ground floor. And Ariana, she looks at Petilil and Mimikyu a bit sort of taken aback, like, oh, what the fuck? And then hears the gas coming because she hadn't shut it, but it hasn't come out. She's, I don't know quite what to do. Mimikyu, can I be assured that you actually haven't kidnapped a child?
Yes.
I'll take your word for it. Can you help us here?
Sure. It just kind of like very gently like does that to get like the berries just like kind of neatly on the floor.
Just so polite about it. And I think that will be Ariana's turn because she does not want to battle. She'll take herself out of the equation. So you wait, Petilil, are you going as well?
Sure.
Yeah.
I as I go, I'll just be like, I don't know who you are, but Mimikyu, is this person okay?
Okay. I'll say because of the turn order, you haven't jumped in yet, but Mimikyu, you kind of the lower half of you kind of billows out like a balloon as you float down into the room. What would you like to do? Oh yeah, and Gabby, Blue, you just see this. You just see this creature like float down with no warning.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome. Is he moved in any way by the twister? The swirling air in the room?
Excellent question.
Buffeted,
I think at this point the twister will have like billowed out slightly,
Sure.
so I think it's a gentle influence.
Just
So, yeah,
like as coming
Mimikyu.
down, it's like going down a drain.
Mimikyu, it's your turn. What would you like to do as you float down into the room?
Mimikyu is gonna astonish.
So yeah, roll 2d6 with your attack modifier, please.
10.
Fabulous. So on its turn, it'll flinch. So roll your d4, please.
3.
So it takes 5 damage. It is Donna's turn, and she takes a moment to look at me like, that's really cool. That's really one way how to make a fashionable entrance. Okay, let's focus. And tries to use hypnosis. That is a mixed success. Yeah. Donna and the Salandit are now asleep. I will roll for both of them. Okay, so they're now both going to be asleep for 3 turns.
Wow.
Well done, Donna.
Donna's sleepy now? Okay.
Okay, Gabby, it is your turn.
So is the Salandit asleep now? Just fully?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I don't know what happened. Hello, friend. This other friend's asleep now. And Donna's asleep. And she was rude, but she's also my friend. I'm gonna sit down and sort of wait and look around and see what happens next.
Okay.
Actually, can I check this place out and see if there are any other Pokemon besides the Salandit?
Yes.
Okay. Let's give this another go. And this is sharp modifier, right?
Yes.
Yes. So that's a 10.
So you can ask 2 questions.
Are there other Pokemon besides the ones I know about in this space?
There's no other Pokemon in the room.
Okay. Is there any way out besides the way through which we've come in the ceiling, and how far up is the one in the ceiling? I know that's a 2-part question, but
you will not be able to get back up because the ceiling is very high.
Yep.
However, you can see because of Donna's asleep. The flame would no longer be there. I think you can see. Yeah, I'll give you this. There, you can see where the poison gas is not coming out of the thing. It's starting to filter towards the back, and you can see very faintly in the shadows. There's like a vent that one could fit through.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm not going to attack or anything, but I think very, very faintly seeing that Gabby sort of not truly understanding what's going on, sort of sits down and then sees that and goes, "Oh," and then stands back up again and starts making her way over to the vent.
Making my way downtown. Cool. That is Gabby's turn. Petilil. What would you are currently standing above the room at the moment. What would you like to do?
How far down does it look?
It's about a 3-foot drop.
Okay. Does it look like something I could climb out of?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
I should have made you roll for that, but oh well. I feel nice.
Thank you. Hello? Donna? Donna, I saw you. Mimikyu, is Donna down there? She was the one we saw jump.
Oh. Can I ask, what is Donna? Sorry.
Donna is a Vulpix.
Oh. Kind of like looks where I'm coming from. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Of course she'd get herself down there. Okay. I'm going to look for rope.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna yell that down to Mimikyu. Is what. Okay. Unless you need me to jump down into the place I can't get out of, I'm going to give you a way to come back up, or Donna a way. You can climb. I've seen it, but I don't think Donna can climb.
Okay. Wait a minute. It kind of looks at Donna. It's like, is Donna the one you called? Kind of thinks a beach.
Yes, that's her.
Donna's a beach?
A beach. Kind of whips head out there, like, jumped in without a second thought, floated down. There's Pokemons here, I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Oh my god, is that you?
Who?
It's Petilil.
I can hear you.
Oh my goodness. What are you doing here?
We're looking for a Mimikyu.
Oh my gosh, I just made friends with one.
Maybe it's the same one.
Oh my goodness. Let me get you a rope. I'm going to go look for a rope.
Okay. Right. Check
Didn't
a
we
place
use-
out,
Are there
please.
stairs?
There are no stairs.
Oh, that's why we jumped.
Oh. 12.
Okay. You can ask 2 questions if you'd like.
Oh, right. So one of them is there a rope or curtains I could fashion into a helping getting outing?
Yes, as there's a factory, there's some like discarded fabric that could be long enough to be fashioned into a rope.
Okay, I'll gather that up. I'll also ask, do I see anyone else in here? Is there a lost little girl in here?
No, you don't see that. You don't see them.
I'll come over with my fabric and try and fashion it into a rope to help people climb up.
Okay, as you are making the rope, Blue, it is your turn.
Yay. So everyone else, Donna and the, what did you say it was?
Salandit.
And the Salandit are still asleep?
Yes.
And Gabby's just like, what, sat on the floor?
And then I started going over to the vent.
Oh. What are you doing over there, Gabby?
Oh no, there's some stuff here.
Let's go check it out. Let's go check out the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go over to the vent, and as you both come closer to it, you hear a voice that says, "Stop!
Why?
Please stop fighting!
Who's fighting?
I thought you were fighting!
No, we're looking.
I'm not fighting.
Then why did you hurt my friend?"
You did?
I jumped into a hole and then I gave my friend a noogie and then she went to sleep.
Then why is my friend asleep?
I actually don't know.
Okay. And this figure steps out. It's a small little girl with black bobbed hair with bangs. Yeah, she comes out.
Hello, who are you? And hi.
Hello, I am Tilly.
Gabby, this is who we were looking for.
Oh, this is for the potion and the berries.
And the stairs, yeah.
Yes. And
the ladder.
The ladder. Where I became strong and God.
You're a god?
Yeah.
It's true, I've seen it.
It's true. If I eat enough, I will be.
Don't eat me.
Okay, I only want to eat spiders.
There are lots of spiders here.
Where? Want to go upstairs?
No, look up.
Oh, okay. I look up.
And you can see the ceiling is almost like it's filled. Like you can't see the ceiling at all. It's just sleeping spinnerack.
You may have heard Carrie saying you don't see any Pokemon, but you did not. That was your imagination. Carrie is a perfect DM and has never made a single mistake during this campaign. Shush.
Stuck on the ceiling.
Oh,
on a web.
Up to this point, every hunger reaction from Gabby has been minuscule, has been
oh no
small. Drool gushes from Gabby's mouth.
Gabby, no.
And about to get immediately so dehydrated.
Spinneracks are friends, not food.
I have to eat them.
No, you don't. I'm going to try and wake up the Spinnerack to warn them.
Sleeping.
Get out of here.
I'm gonna be big and strong. Ah!
She's going to eat you.
Do not eat the bugs. And Mimikyu, you see her from the shadows, and then floating down from above, is a hexagon creature with little wings. And you better not harm any of those bugs, Gabby.
Okay, Okay, I hear your words.
Okay.
Were these guys mean to you? Was that what happened before? Am I wrong?
No, these are Spinnerack. They are not the Combi.
Oh, so it's only the other Combi who are mean to you?
Well, yeah. Spinnerack, well, they're fine. They work here. This is where they sleep.
Oh.
They have jobs.
Okay.
So, what now?
We
I
take
suppose-
the girl back.
Yes, we get Tilly back to her mom. I'm just gonna go to one of these walls and just see if I can climb. Just make a little subtle attempt.
Okay, let's do a tough check, please.
I will do that. That's 9.
Can I see if I can spot Gabby doing this?
Okay, so if it's a mixed success, I'm gonna say you have gone halfway up, but because you haven't built up arm muscle yet, eventually you lose grip and you fall back down.
What are you doing over there, Gabby?
I was seeing if I could get out.
Oh. Could you?
No.
Oh.
Okay, at this point, it would be the Salandit's turn, but it's asleep. Mimikyu, it is, well, in the turn order, it is your turn.
I'm gonna approach Tilly. Shuffling about.
Mimikyu!
Hi.
She gives you a big hug.
Oh, kind of purrs like a cat, a little bit like.
Sorry, I was trying to find you again, and I was told that normally you were found in the basement, and then I kind of got a little stuck.
But it's okay. We'll get you well. But I think I met your mum.
You met my mom?
Yeah.
We did too.
You all met my mom?
Yeah, she was really nice.
Yeah, she is really nice to new people, especially. She likes to make new people feel really welcome.
Gave us
What
a
about you?
potion
What about
for
you,
healing
Mimikyu?
and berries.
Can I hear any of what's going on down there?
I can see you can hear faint echoes.
What is taking so long, guys? I have made a rope.
Found a girl.
Oh my god, did you find the little girl from the lady in the store?
Yes.
Oh, we can prove to her that that Pokemon are not bad and she can stop being prejudiced now.
What?
And we can get a bag.
She's juiced. I want juice.
I have berries. I got so many berries. Mimikyu helped me. Have you met Mimikyu? Mimikyu, did you meet my friends?
Yeah.
Hello, Mimikyu.
They're nice. Is Donna's down there?
She's sleeping.
Yeah.
He's sleeping? Okay. Yeah, no. Donna's, the ones awake are nice.
Donna's sleep.
Okay.
Donna's very pretty when she sleeps.
I actually happen to know that she drools when she sleeps.
Is she drooling?
So at this point, like you can see like a little dribble, like
So even though
like
she
starting to like go down her face.
so even
It's
though she may be
true.
pretty, she's not perfect.
It's true.
Right? Never
We-
let her make you
But-
think she's perfect.
But we already knew that because she's rude sometimes.
Oh, Gabby, you were so smart. You're really growing and learning. I'm proud of you.
What's a beach?
It's someone who's very rude.
Oh.
It's a female Lillipop.
Do you want to come up now?
I will ascend.
He's doing it. She's ascending.
Little girl,
Yeah?
what is your name?
Tilly.
Tilly. Beautiful name. I'm sure you are lovely. will you help?
Yeah, I can get everybody up, but it's just I don't. I can only really touch the surface. I don't have enough strength to get back up.
If you push everyone up, oh my gosh, I have an idea. If you push everyone up, then we can all hold on to the rope I have made. I have engineered it, and we can pull you up. Okay.
That sounds better than no idea at all.
It's a great idea.
I mean, I can just fly back out, so.
Who's that?
This is
I'm
Bee.
Bee! The cone bee!
Hi. I try and make myself look especially beautiful. Hello.
You're so pretty.
Thank you.
Did you grow those leaves yourself?
I did. Wow. You are so pretty.
Oh my god, thanks. That's really, I've never been called pretty. That's so nice.
Oh my gosh, you are beautiful. Oh, we got to get
And the blushes on the forehead, quite red.
Oh my gosh, you are so pretty. Oh my goodness. We have to get the other ones up here, but we can talk some more sometime.
I'm stronger than Bee.
Okay. You can help us pull up the little girl then.
Wait. What about Thistle?
Who is Thistle?
Oh, is the farting one.
No, it didn't fart. It was scared. It used its moves.
Nervous farts.
Nervous farts.
It didn't fart.
It smelled like it did.
That's kind of the point of poison gas anyway. Yeah, it's just... I found him here when I got stuck. Looks like he's been here a while.
Is someone stuck down there too, and as well as you?
Yeah, his name is Thistle.
That's a nice name. Thistles are nice. They can be spiky, but it's to protect themselves.
That describes Thistle very well.
Oh, then I'm sure Thistle's cool.
Okay.
Well, you can carry him.
Yeah, I can do that. It just seems very scared. But I guess it's asleep, so won't notice.
It won't mind.
We have so many friends. We can have more friends. And
Okay.
everyone can be friends.
So
That's true.
I'm going to say at this point, we're out of the turn order. and Tilly helps you all get back up to the surface.
Wait, we need to wake up Donna.
She brings up Donna as well.
Oh, good.
Okay.
We still need to wake her up.
Everyone gets back up. And finally, it's this small little Salander, and she places him very gently onto the surface. Can you help me with the rope, please?
Yes. Gabby, you're strong.
Yes.
Go on, Gabby.
We're all going to do it. She is
Oh, okay.
very large.
Go on, everyone.
I will be at the front.
Okay.
No, you got to be at the back. I watched this show, and in this show that they had on at the lab, they did the tug of war. I just watched it. I just watched it. It's called Octopus Game, and you
mean Octillery Game?
Octillery game.
Oh, Octillery Game. Yes, there were all these Pokemon in it, and they were fighting and doing games and stuff. It looked really fun. You got to be at the back. You got to be the anchor.
I would die for you. I go to the back.
Gabby!
Gabby, you're perfect. Okay, guys, let's do this.
Little hands.
Little hands on this rope. Gabby wants so badly to be big and strong right now. Okay. Let's do it.
All right, everyone, we're gonna roll a tough check. There's gonna be a certain total you'll have to match.
Okay.
That's an 8. Oh, that's
There
an
you
8.
go.
Everyone
Gotta-
drop it in the chat so we can math well.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, Daisy,
And in the chat, 7.
you have now got a bio break.
Hey, thank you.
I'm such an asshole.
But you given you withhold at the same time. You give us a bio break, you withhold the results of the check.
Yes.
X Factor could never.
Oh,
Cool, bio break time.
lovely.
Are you ready to find out?
Yes.
You were holding on to the rope. You were getting ready to octillery game your way out of this situation. And you heave, and you heave, and you heave. And eventually, Tilly uses your strength in order to scale up the sides of the room and eventually is able to get her limbs on the other side and is able to leave the room. You have successfully saved Tilly.
Yay!
Thanks so much. I don't know honestly what I would have done. I probably would have been eaten by the bugs.
What bugs?
Oh, you weren't there. The bugs on the ceiling is where all the spinneracks sleep.
So the bugs would have eaten you?
Well, yeah.
This changes the rules.
It's a Pokemon eat Pokemon world out there.
But you
They're
are a
they're
human.
allowed to?
Yeah, but also sometimes humans are prey.
Blue?
Gabby, are you listening to
Blue?
this?
Tilly?
Oh no.
It's a Pokemon eat Pokemon world out there.
Pokemons can eat Pokemons?
What kind of wormholes have I opened?
Petilil,
I was
my
very proud of
captain.
that pun.
It was really good.
Thank
It
you.
was really good.
Thank you very much.
I vote for episode title.
Great.
Absolutely second.
Right, anyway, sorry, you were saying.
You said something. But
Yes, Petilil, captain.
Yes.
Though I have succeeded this time, I require much more sustenance to grow bigger and be strong warrior for you.
Yeah, I got berries.
And I hear that it is a Pokemon eat Pokemon world. And Blue says the rules have changed.
Rain free, Gabby, rain free.
So I ask you, my captain, will you give me permission to follow my mouth?
I do. I mean,
Petalo, these are the most determined words I've ever heard Gabby say.
I know. Me too. Me too.
Do we want to do a PvP roll of manipulate someone, or is that crossing a boundary? It's fine if not. I was just thought it'd be fun.
Oh, you mean...
Gabby trying to manipulate Petilil to thinking it's okay to eat other Pokemon.
I'm only asking for permission for me to eat other Pokemon.
Yes.
I think it is a case-by-case basis. If they attack us and are mean to us, or are mean to other people who we like, and you know, like we am. I mean, you don't want the body to go to waste, but it's probably not good to eat people alive.
I understand entirely. I'd like to grab the rope and jump into the hole, but swing on it so that I can attack the slipping spinneracks on the ceiling.
I can only blame myself. If we're killing Pokemon by skinning, I kind of have to accept that
Gabby, there's too many. And I follow.
No, Blue!
What are you
I
doing?
am a god!
Who are you eating? What kind of a world is this?
Oh, fuck it, Gabby. Act under pressure with your cool modifier.
Oh, I'm not cool. That's a 9 minus 1 is 8.
Wait, before you say it. Oh, you've said it now. Blue, are you helping or hindering?
I'm helping.
Okay, you can roll as well.
Yay.
That's your cool modifier as well.
That's snake eyes.
Okay.
No, Blue!
So you swing in and you've literally smacked a spinnerack like flat on, but you didn't grab it, and then it went back and then hit the other wall, so you've just been bonked by the wall, and now you're just it's swinging and you're kind of dangling on this rope.
Okay.
And one of the spinnerack has woken up.
Fantastic. Mr. Spinnerack, were you gonna eat Tilly?
No.
Are you sure?
Whatever Mommy tells us.
I see. I'll climb back up and out.
Okay.
Well, thanks for waking me up.
No problem.
Okay, you're back out.
Yeah, okay.
What happened?
There are spiders and spinneracks, and they said that they weren't going to eat Tilly, but they'd do whatever their mom said. So I think the thing to do is to ask their mom if she would have told them to eat Tilly.
Yeah. That
I
makes
imagine
sense.
it's one of those moments where everyone just like tilts their head towards Ariana, who's just been watching the whole time.
Oh my god, are you their mom?
Yeah, those are my babies.
Oh my god. What a coincidence.
Yeah, big coincidence. Listen, I would not harm a fly or a. What would be a fly equivalent? I would not harm a flygon. So you have nothing to worry about.
You were going to eat the Kecleon.
In my defense, the Kecleon was being very irritating.
Where is the Kecleon? Right now. At this time. In the pum.
Are we still in the pub?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're still in the. Oh no, she's asleep.
This sleep talk?
Still in
Yana
the,
would say we're in the pum.
still in the palm.
Shut up, Donna. Go back to sleep.
Fuck you, Petilil.
Did anyone else hear that?
What?
What happened?
Donna just was very rude to me, absolutely unprovoked in her sleep, which means that's what she does. That's her unconscious feelings about me.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, well, obviously this cannot stand. Gabby turns between Ariana and Petilil and goes, okay, Ariana, where's the Kecleon? Petilil, what do you want me to do?
The Kecleon is asleep in the forest.
Okay.
Gabby, I
Yes.
appreciate your loyalty. It does not go unnoticed. And you were really strong with the tug of war from the game show. Yeah, really good. Good job. Really good. Yeah. It's okay with Donna. Maybe she misspoke. You know. You are disappearing.
Eaten by Gible.
Okay. I just need to get some things straight, everybody. First of all, is anybody hurt?
A little bit.
Okay. Mimikyu, I need you to be honest with me. Did I really heal the Zarude mama?
You kind of just held your breath and passed out.
Did she wake up?
No.
Thank you for your honesty. Everyone, this is Mimikyu. He's very cool.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Blue.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try and heal you right now because I tried healing the Zarude mama earlier and apparently I didn't do it and it makes me pass out. So.
Oh, you met the Zarude mama?
Yeah. Well.
So did we.
Was she unconscious?
Yeah, but we sprayed her.
What?
We sprayed her.
With?
A spray. Purple spray.
Potion.
Did that make her better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's maybe why my magic didn't work.
Tilly's very nice mom gave it to us and some berries.
Oh.
Because we tried to take the Zarudo's berries.
Maybe her having potions is what makes her juiced.
Yes.
You guys have been on an adventure, haven't you? Because
No, you
I don't
said-
understand what you're saying.
You said she was pre-juiced. We heard it.
Oh!
You know what? You know what?
Oh my fucking god, you were trying to say prejudiced?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I think there might be a misunderstanding.
Oh my god.
We can clear this up. Tilly. I'll give you a moment to recover, Tilly. Take your time.
No, my mom. That's why I was confused because my mom doesn't like juice. You know, she's more of a lime cordial lemonade kind of girl. You know?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I can see that. Yes. Tilly, did your mom tell you that Spinnerack were going to eat you?
I mean, when I came in here, I wasn't aware they were in there. Mommy did always say, you know, don't trust spiders. What is that supposed to mean?
Well, spiders get a very bad reputation.
Oh, no, actually, yeah, that tracks.
Ariana, I know you. This is your name now. Spider Mummy. Spider Mummy, I've met this lady. She's got some things to learn, but I think if we return her lovely daughter, who, you know, is still susceptible to influence.
Chosen the juice yet.
Yes, she hasn't chosen the juice yet. She doesn't need to have the juice. If we bring her back, I bet you, the lady at the store is going to be a lot nicer.
Maybe she'll give us more things.
Maybe she will. But she better, Tilly, darling, Tilly. Sometimes old people, they just don't get it. And you the weight shouldn't be on you to teach them the right things, but sometimes you gotta kind of do it. So when we go back to the store, we're gonna go in and you're going to walk in and you're going to say, Mama, the Pokemon, they helped me. They were all so amazing and smart and strong and beautiful. Mimikyu would never hurt me. And the spiders didn't try to eat me. And the spider mommy, oh my goodness, had so many babies. That's impressive. If you say this to your mama, I'm sure she won't have any juice anymore.
It's a lot for Carrie's brain to comprehend. Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay. Gosh, you're so nice.
Okay. Is there anything else folks want to say before we leave Weaver's mansion?
Gabby goes over to Blue.
What's up, Gabby? Is it because you couldn't eat the spiders?
Yeah.
Well, the rules have changed.
I heard the rules had changed.
There may be things out there you can now eat.
But they have to be mean and wanting to hurt us.
And how many things so far have we seen that are mean?
None.
No, lots.
Oh.
Lots of mean things.
Oh, I didn't think there were any mean things in the whole world, and except for the humans.
Can we eat humans?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we go.
So yeah, Tilly, just tell your mom that we're all so nice and would never even. Why would we hurt?
I remember the man by the lake?
Yeah.
We can eat him.
The
man at the lab? We could eat him.
Yes, I remember. Those people. I just thought that these spiders, those spinneracs, I thought that they were mean, and that I was going to get to eat them.
How about, because you said about your good words, right?
Yeah.
So everyone we see, we say friend or food, and however they answer, we treat them.
Better remember that as the DM for future reference.
Gabby smiles and gives Blue a predator handshake.
Yeah.
Friends or
food.
Friends or food. That is the title for this episode. Okay, so I'm gonna say you start walking out. Tilly opens the door, and everyone is just a very weird clan of different types of beings all walking together, and then suddenly you hear in the distance a massive V,
where are you, V? I'm over here. I'm here.
And you see a flurry of Combi all come and gather around thee, and they almost like clamor around and rejoice. You guys are completely left out of the celebration.
Where have you been, V? Where have you been? I have been a hero. I have saved Tilly. Yay!
And V looks to you all, being like, "Please back me up here."
It was so impressive. V, who are your friends?
Or foods.
These are my friends.
Okay.
And Petilil is amazing.
Thank you. What is it? Hi.
Yeah, I've been a hero today. It's so exciting.
And the redness then starts protruding a little bit from its forehead. And the bees, the comb bee, they all look to each other. They're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And some of them go away for a little bit. Like, and some of them come back. And from flowers, they've got little red petals. And some of them have, like, there's... I'm imagining in this universe their saliva is honey. I'm making that canon. Nice. And they put it on the what is the fucking word, Carrie? On the leaves, on the petals, and you can see they start to clamor around and there's like little like things like happening. There's a little kerfuffle, like zzz, and you see spiraling out is a happy bee with a red diamond on its forehead and says, I am Thea, the comb bee!
Wow.
Thea? You look so beautiful.
Thanks! I'm so excited!
Are you going to be the queen now?
I'm gonna be the queen!
We did it!
You are a queen?
I'm gonna be a
Hooray!
Wow.
Right, everybody say thank you and bow down to my friends. Gabby, Blue, Mimikyu, Petilil, Donna, and Ariana, and Tilly, and that thing was there too.
It's Thistle.
Oh, Thistle was there too. Oh, and they all like tilt diagonally downwards. They all bow to you.
What? This is so crazy.
You are now friends of the comb bee from Glasana Village. We have pledged allegiance to offer help whenever we can.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Thank you for helping me achieve my dream.
It's okay.
I knew you could do it.
Hey, thanks. Right, everybody, let's go back to the hive and prepare for a new season. And they all fly away into the forest.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
That was a lot.
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen a comb bee transition into a female comb bee.
That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
That was really quite incredible. Should we get to the Pokemart? It's really late and I'm tired. Oh yeah, Donna's woken up.
Donna, I don't think you're allowed here. Also, this is my new friend, Mimi.
What?
They're cool.
What?
They're cool. I found you.
What do you mean?
You.
What do you mean I'm not allowed?
I heard something fire. Oh, they're not allowed here. You heard it too, Mimikyu.
I realize I don't know anything about you, Mimikyu. I was kind of caught up with eating things for a really long time, and that maybe drew focus, and maybe I was rude. Hi.
Hi.
And then Thea became Thea, and that was really, really cool. It was cool.
It was so cool.
But now what? Also, Donna is fire, and that's normal. But what?
Even Carrie's like, what?
Mimikyu's like head tilt will be like so far, like literally just like ragdolls just down the side of it. Like, what?
Who are you?
You a blanket?
What do you mean fire's not allowed?
Not now, Donna.
Read the room. We're getting
I'm
to
so
the
fucking confused. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Gabby was simultaneously asking to know more about Mimikyu and was following up on the fire thing.
Okay.
And then we went for the Mimikyu thing.
Okay, cool. We'll continue the Mimikyu chain. I apologize.
Oh
it's
no,
all good.
you're all good. We just are taking the Mickey out of Donna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a blanket.
Cool.
Are you
But-
under the blanket?
Are you under the blanket?
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard that if I look at you, I die.
where did you hear that?
That was in the Pokemart. That was with the letters.
Oh, is
You
that
were
true?
there. You heard it.
I was not listening.
Okay, what happened? The reason you know about this is because Blue rolled and succeeded that there was a Pokedex entry in the electronic box at the lab, and its Pokedex entry was up, and then relayed that information
That was
to
Gabby.
Gabby.
No, Gabby read the box.
Oh, Gabby, it was the other way around. Apologies.
Got it.
That's right.
Yeah. I remember now. I read about you in a box, and if I look at you, I die, but I'm alive.
God.
Because I'm looking at the blanket. I think my brain is growing.
In that moment, Gabby's brain grew 3 sizes. It's never too early for a Christmas movie reference. Anyway,
Absolutely, it's so good. I was trying to think of a follow-up, but in the rhythm of the Grinch.
Is it true?
I don't know. It might be true if you've read it.
Have you ever tried showing yourself to someone and they died?
No.
Well, then it's not true, I guess.
Okay.
Mimikyu, you don't have to reveal yourself if you don't want to. And also, it's probably best that until you can test on people who aren't us, that you don't. But it's not because I think you should hide your face, because I'm sure it's lovely. But I don't want to die from looking at you, because I would quite like to look at you. You know?
Thank you. Can I like when Petilil says about the face, can my eyes kind of glow? Because they're not, if people know. I'm not sure if people know where my eyes are.
You
the
can-
lower 2 dots.
I'm sure you can do that, yes.
I like where you just like, I like looking at you and the eyes just like glint a little bit, you know, like that anime style, just like ding.
Oh.
And the whole time, everyone's been looking at you in the fake Pikachu eyes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Mimikyu, your belly just glowed.
That's my face.
Oh, your face is so cute. Oh.
My whole life is a lie.
You have like a hat that's a head. You're so fashionable.
My head just kind of like flops around a little bit.
I thought there was something wrong with your neck, but it's not.
No, there are Pokemon like this. It's like a giraffe rig.
What?
Just look at Gabby.
I'm smart now, and I read on the box that there's a Pokemon with a face on its tail called Giraffaric. And so it's like that, but there's not a head.
You got so much more time with the box than any of us. We
I
didn't
was-
get any.
You got TV
Certain
time.
it was
Petilil.
alive. I was certain it was alive. I had to prove it. I had to prove it was alive.
And you got TV time.
Yeah, we didn't get TV time as much as you
Listen,
did.
it's called a Rotom, and it's in there. I swear. Wait,
Hi.
what? Did you guys want the TV and I was taking it from you?
No, it was fine for me, but you just seem to get more of it.
I don't know why.
I think because you always asked for it and you would not be very happy if they didn't give it to you.
I know it's alive and I have to prove it. And if they don't let me near the box, I can't prove it's alive.
You're very inquisitive, Gabby.
Can I just ask, what exactly are you talking about with a box?
You know, the box with the information and the live.
Even I've seen the box.
Do you mean a computer?
No,
No.
it's called a box.
I don't
No,
even know
I'm
what that
fairly
is.
certain you're talking about a computer and it's powered by a rotom.
Yeah,
It's called a computer.
it is a rotom.
Okay. I'm quite cold. Can we go home?
Let us go to the Pokemart, which is not for selling clothes made of Pokemon. Oh no.
Isn't it? I thought Donna saw some.
Yeah, we saw some clothes.
Yeah.
Made of Pokemon?
Yeah, Donna wasn't happy.
Okay. Look, I look at Tilly. Kit, your mom has some explaining to do, okay?
What are you talking about? She would never buy from a company like that. She wouldn't buy a Pokemon product.
Donna saw what she saw.
Now, what are you talking about?
What? Donna, what? I thought you saw a thing. Did you?
It's okay.
Everyone's friendly here. This is a safe space.
It just looked a lot like my friend. What friend, Donna? My friend Tawny?
What kind of Pokemon was Tawny?
She was a Growlithe. That's why I recognize the colors.
You have friends other than us?
She was here before you arrived as eggs.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
What?
You know how it might not be her. Donna, we'll investigate.
Tilly, can we all go as friends and investigate?
Yeah. We just want to reassure Donna that it's not,
I'm inquisitive, so I want to know.
Yeah. We just have to sort some things out. And also, your mom owes me a bag.
Did you pay 10p?
What?
I don't. I'm
Who's
not going.
10p?
I was just Carrie being a little shit. It's fine.
I am not going to do that in front of other people.
I could do that for you. If you need some.
Yeah.
Let's just go. And Tilly leads the pack up to the Pokemon.
We bring our berries.
And then beep, boop, the door
Hello.
slides open. And you hear like a gasp and then running, and you see Claire running out to hug Tilly. Where have you been, Tilly? I've been so worried about you. I was trapped in the basement in the Weaver's mansion. Oh my god, that monstrous creature! Where? No. It's not the Mimikyu. It's not the Mimikyu at all, Mom.
Stand in front of Mimikyu.
This is when we walk forward like badasses.
We're
I
here.
said I walk forward like a badass.
Hi, Claire.
Folks, roll a sharp check for me, please.
6.
6 as well.
Good. 9.
I got an 8.
Okay, so Daisy, Mimikyu even, and Gabby, you notice that Claire has flicked her eyes in Donna's area. But come back.
Don't look at her. Look at us. Look at Petilil.
What?
Hi, Claire. Who was she? Gabby, who was she looking at?
You're looking at Donna.
You just became a head.
Thanks, Gabby, for the intel. Hello, Claire. Don't look at Donna. Look at me. Remember me?
You found her?
Hi, Claire. We're back. We found her. Yeah. We did it like you asked.
Oh my God. Well, thank you all so much. I don't know what I would have done. She says, "Oh, come on in. Come on in. I'll get you your reward."
Well,
Let's do it, but we'll keep an eye on her.
okay.
We'll come along in now. Yes, I'm sure Tilly has lots of things to tell you, Claire.
Yeah. Okay.
Mimikyu, are you strong or are you weak?
Climb the ladder. Climb the ladder.
Like kind of like the like ghostly shapes of like 2 kind of limbs come out and just like pat the floor. I can be strong.
It's like Bongo Cat, but with ghost limbs.
You can be strong. Okay. So you can defend yourself. I don't have to defend you. So I'm better at attacking. So I'm gonna do that when things go down, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's good. I'm glad you're strong. Maybe we can fight after this. Okay. And
Okay. It's very dimly lit. It's only like the floodlights at the back of the house, so there's not much light in the main bit.
Can we get a light in here?
Donna can do that.
Oh no, that's fine. I can get the lights. And Claire goes out into the back. And as you've all come in, suddenly you hear a smack on the ground and Donna screaming, and that's where we're going to end the session.
No!
No.
Thank you, everybody, so much for watching.
We refuse.
If you fancy following the rest of this little campaign on what happened to Donna the Vulpix, then click that subscribe button and like and comment and all the wonderful things. And also catch us up on Twitch for our other campaign that Josh DMs, Seeking the Hidden Realms. I play a Welsh goat. It's very fun. No, I'm not going to break into the accent. Anyway, that is good.
Wait for the stream for that.
Wait for the stream for that. You got to go to the stream to get the good stuff. But in the meantime, that is a goodbye from me and a goodbye from everybody else.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.